Hi Capricorn, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning into your November 2025 astrology. Let's have a look and see what's coming up for you for the month ahead. So this is a really good month here for you. Things will start to flow when you're really kind of looking at the big picture. So I sense there could be quite a bit of change happening here for you. So we've got November 9th, Mercury stationing retrograde in Sagittarius, and it will be back into Scorpio. November 11th, Jupiter turns retrograde in Cancer. November 27th, Saturn stations direct in Pisces. So this is really setting you up energetically, but let's look into your career. So November is a wonderful month to make progress. It's steady career and finance progress here for you, Cappy. Now, Saturn turning direct on November 27th in your broader charts means you will likely feel the effects of earlier work you've done paying off. So you will see the fruit of your labor. You will see the end result. This is the end game or a massive outcome coming up in your career. So it could be the green light, it could be a publication, it could be talks of a promotion, or anything to do with steady progress. It could be you being finally assigned to a particular project, you finally getting more creativity or autonomy. You've worked towards this even in the previous months, so you are going to finally see that. There is a big reward for you when it comes to your career, because Saturn always likes to reward us, absolutely, and it will be going direct. So Saturn has tested you, and going direct means there's finally more movement where you probably didn't see much of. The first part of the month may feel a little bit slower because Mercury retrograde is kind of influencing your work and communication zone. So you might find that there's delays, detours, miscommunication when it comes to work projects or hearing from clients or bosses or internal stakeholders or departments. And that's okay. That's very typical of Mercury retrograde. So I think you just have to hang tight and see what happens. But know that there is a reward. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and we're all going to be facing these delays. But because it's in your work and communication zone, try to work with it, not against it. So triple check things, write things down, have things out of your head and onto paper, save those files, send them off, do what you need to do, make sure things are kind of official and cemented, and try to be more organized if you can. Follow up with people. You don't want miscommunication delays, so reach out, double check. It's always a good thing. Now, when it comes to your finances, there is stability here. There's a positivity. So Jupiter retrograde, there's kind of a theme of reviewing rather than expanding. So Jupiter is the planet of expansion and luck. So instead of full throttle growth, you're likely kind of going to be reassessing financial investments, long-term resources, and kind of your spending habits or your budgets. So you're kind of reviewing where you've spent your money, kind of looking at it going, was this worth it? Did I make any money from this? Was this lucrative? So you're kind of reviewing money-making opportunities maybe in your finances or your spendings. And that's okay. I think it's part of that retrograde. So, and even if there is big purchases, you might want to hold off because of that Mercury and Jupiter retrograde together when it comes to your finances, because you might land a better deal at a later point. You might find that you overspend. You might find that it's just, there could be delays. So things like this to look out for potentially. Now, when it comes to your relationships and personal life, Mercury in retrograde could bring back the past for a lot of you. So past traumas, a past issue you may have been having in a relationship, a person from your past that you were courting or dating or in a relationship or even married to. These are coming up, and the reason why is their closure, is there an opportunity to kick things off again. It could just be the universe testing you, going, are you still going to have this without boundaries and things like that. So important conversations may come up, but there may be those delays, those miscommunications as well. So make sure you make your point clear, or you're considerate, or you're slower to respond rather than fast, because sometimes when we're in the heat of the moment, we can be hasty and not think things through, especially our responses or our words. So Take your time, step away from your phone. There's going to be times where you might hear from an ex and you might rush to respond, or an issue from the past arises. Remove yourself from the situation, go for a walk, go sit down, do some meditation, go watch a movie. Try to sort of process what's going on here when it comes to those words. But I also think you'll be wanting more depth in your relationships. You're looking for a more serious energy, a more serious commitment, a more long-term value rather than a superficial connection or a very surface level one. So, this is you questioning the big things here, Capricorn, and what's ahead for you in that month, in the month of November. Now, internally, there's definitely more discipline and structure. This is emphasized for you, more to do with reflection and groundwork, but it's still you moving big stones, big pieces of the puzzle here to make it all happen here for you. You have that focus on the long-term vision, and you will be rewarded in terms of your career or your finances, in particular towards the end of the month. And also because Saturn goes direct again towards the end of the month, and I feel like things will start to flow again. So any sort of delays or things that were kind of on hold, there'll be momentum here once again. So things will start to flow once more. So reviewing things from the past, relationships, people, things coming and flowing back in towards the end of the month. So I think it's a bit of a ride here for you, but big things could happen. I'll leave it there, Capricorn. Thank you so much, and bye for now.